Hi everybody! It is, I've already forgotten the month, it's November! November, I was going to say October, it's not, my goodness, it's November already. And of course it's got a bit chillier. So the patterns in our minds are a bit cosier, and that might be why we're wearing our coats in the office.
In the office! I'm not complaining, to be honest.
No.
I'm quite happy, cosy.
But of course we are here to introduce our November pattern. Which you might think, oh hang on a second, I've seen this guy before,
Yeah.
know this one, but you might, so this is a Jessie Coatigan, you might not have seen Jessie with the added lining inside. They're both so glam, I love how excited they look. So I actually made this coat last winter,
Yes.
because I love the Jessie Coatigan.
You've made it a few times, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got maybe three. And I thought for me, it's just such an easy shape to wear, but without a lining, it's not really a winter coat.
Yeah, that's
So,
fair. Yeah.
I put in a lining. And we did, I think I mentioned it maybe on Instagram, or we talked
think you did,
about
yeah.
it. And we got quite a lot of questions, and we thought, do you know what, why not just do the work for you? Rather than explain specifically how to draft things, how to work out the instructions.
Because it's not as straightforward. I mean, you can absolutely do it if you've got the expertise.
Yes.
That is something you can do, but it's not as straightforward as just cutting double.
The same,
It's not like you would for a skirt, for example, which is fairly straightforward.
Yes.
So it is the kind of thing, like, I wouldn't take the time to just try and draft it myself. It's also not just the drafting, it's the working out of the finishes. For me, when I've improvised the lining, it's always like, oh no, what do I do with this bottom thing that's flapping out? Whereas what we've done with the add-on lining is that it's all finished beautifully on the inside as it is on the outside. So there is like a hem facing, for example, and you were saying there's little techniques that are sneaked in there.
Well, I took the advantage really of using such a simple coat pattern to kind of use that as a chance to level up your skills that you're using while you're making it. So it works out as quite a nice little kind of intro to coats. If you're new to coat sewing, if you're new to maybe some of the more almost like couture techniques that come with it, basically a bit of hand sewing. So I brought those into the construction of the pattern. Because I think as well with a coat, it's something you're going to wear so often.
A lot. You want it to be solid and
it's got to be built to last.
Yes.
It's got to stand up to the test of time, really.
And the elements.
Exactly. Yeah. So we brought in sort of not tricky techniques by any stretch of the imagination, but the sort of techniques that you might use in more complicated coat making.
Like a fantasy jacket, for example, which is it's probably our hardest pattern, I think. I've made it and it did take me months, but it's beautiful. So it's the kind of quality of techniques.
But in a simpler shape.
Yeah,
so if you're new to coat sewing, I think it's
really
a really great place to start. So you've got inseam pockets.
Yes, you do. Those are in the Jessie Coatigan anyway.
That's it, yes.
But you could maybe make them in the outer fabric or the lining if you wanted a little pop of colour. And then you've got this beautiful shawl collar, which we actually have a class on Stitch School to help you with it.
And there'll also be a new class coming out with the lining, which shows you some of those hand stitching techniques as well. So
there's plenty of help.
Yes.
But it is a nice one for confident beginners.
Yes, still
to
definitely
advance your skills. We do try and do that with our patterns. Rose is very clever. She sneaks in a little technique, a little something that levels up. Exactly. Always teaching.
Whether you like it or not.
Exactly.
You'll be learning.
But I like it because it's never like something huge all at once, is it?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's a little step. There's something that I haven't tried before, and I think that's such a good way of learning.
It is, and then it gives you the confidence to do it easier next time, or maybe like in a different pattern. You can go, I can use this construction here, and I liked how it was finished. So yeah, there's a little bit of learning as always, but otherwise it just gives you a chance to make Jessie last a lot longer in your wardrobe. And you get to use like super fun lining fabrics.
Very fun. Yeah, you can make a plain. We've both got patterned ones. We've both got handstiff actually.
Oh yeah,
yours
oh,
is
yeah,
just
mine's
little,
tiny.
mine's giant. But you can make just a plain outside and then have fun on the inside. In terms of lining fabrics, we've used I should say, because I didn't make mine. I must confess, I love it beyond anything. But Rosie made it beautifully. So you used Esmeralda Twilight Viscose for the lining of this, and it feels really warm and lovely, soft, really cozy and soft. But on yours, you've actually got something a bit more slippery.
Yeah, this is a Tencel twill.
Oh,
so it's a nice weight, but of course, actually, twills like so hard wearing, so it's got such a nice fabric for a lining. It's going to really last.
But you could also use a traditional lining fabric that you buy as a lining, so maybe something really slippery and silky, which will be trickier to sew. Be prepared.
Yes,
but it looks amazing. And yes, you could have like a plain outside and then all the fun on the inside, or the other way around.
Or both.
Or both, like this one, a party. We should say that the Jessie lining needs the Jessie Coatigan sewing pattern to be used, so you can't just get it on its own. And because of that, we've got an offer on the Jessie sewing pattern. Exactly, so you can save some pennies on that, unless you already have it. Lots of you will already have it, because Jessie is very popular. And then you can combine those two and make yourself quite a straightforward but looks amazing coat.
Definitely.
Because in terms of fabric, there's so much you can do. Like you've got 3 and they look completely different coats. You wouldn't even know that it's the same pattern.
No.
And you've got another one planned, which I really hope will happen.
I know. I feel like now I'm saying it has to happen.
Yes.
So I am planning quite a ridiculous faux fur Jessie.
So excited about it.
It's maybe a little bit longer as well, so when it's really cold, it's like just below my knees.
You'll be like
tights and boots.
Into your faux fur.
That's it. It'll be the glamorous person.
Looking $1 million. Yeah. Oh, I love that idea.
Yeah, no, it'll be a bit of a challenge. I'm not sewn with faux fur before. I think there'll be some
I haven't
extra
either.
bits.
There will be. You'll have to have a Hoover at hand.
Yes, I think that'll be my main thing. But watch this space for
the fur one. But you've made one in like a teddy bear fabric, right?
I don't remember what it is. Is it called shirling?
Yes.
Or,
I think they're two.
Oh, they might be
different
slightly
ones.
different.
Shirling's nice. Yeah, very
it's
nice.
not as fancy as shirling then. But yeah, it's that teddy berry
thing. And then these are wool mixes that we've got here. We've got a, I think we did a Melton one of the original.
Yes, Lisa's blue one
sample. It's a Melton. There's a boiled wool sample in yellow that we've got as well. So it works in a lot of different types of fabrics, and then you can have even more fun with the lining on the inside.
And we should also say you could probably have even more fun by making something matching to go with it, which is what Alma's got on there.
I feel like I've got like a really cool autumn winter suit on.
It just
That's what
like
it feels
a suit.
like.
Yeah,
I feel like I feel very dressed up, and yet everything is comfortable because what I'm wearing is the Jessie Coatigan with the Jessie lining, a matching Ava skirt, because the Ava can be made in a wool, so it's perfect, the perfect combo. And then I've just got an ultimate t-shirt with a scoop neck, which is my go-to. As soon as it gets cold, all I want to wear is jersey tops.
Long sleeve
jersey tops that can be really cozy. And all together, they really work. It's a little autumn outfit.
See, I'm like the pared down
actually having the same thing. Yeah.
We've both got the same outfits on, but that just shows like how different
it looks. Exactly. Like this is a little bit Cruella de Vil. We've been told by Jemima.
And I
love it.
Your friendly geography teacher, I think.
Yes, geography.
Which I'm okay with, honestly.
It's perfect. But I mean, it's just such a good way of you could get just a little bit more fabric than you would need for the Jessie, and then you can get an Ava out of it. I love it. I absolutely love this look. And it's comfy, it's cozy, and I don't feel too dressed up, but I feel very proper.
Yes.
Like I could go out to the theatre tonight.
Exactly.
And feel very good in
very,
it.
Very
but
good
I've been at the office and it's been fine, and on the tube. Yeah, it's great. It's great. Anyway, we digress.
So what are the cold hard facts?
So,
size is 6 to 30, as always.
For the lining and Jessie, the Jessie Coatigan is already 6 to 30, so they work in tandem.
That's it. Confident beginner.
Yes, for both.
Outer and lining. You'll learn some new skills. And essentially we can't wait to see yours pop up.
The hashtags are
cool.
SOI Jessie Coatigan, SOI Jessie add-on. So make sure you tag your pictures on Instagram, we'd love to see them. Have you made Jessie already? Do you want to make a new one with the lining, or it's your first time making a coat? I think this is quite a satisfying thing if you're quite a beginner, but you're like, I'm cold now, I want to sew a coat. This is the one with the lining.
That's a really good point as well. Beginners fitting on Jessie.
Yes, so easy.
Basically no fitting.
There's no fitting. It's quite
loose,
quite oversized. So if you like it a little bit more close to you, you can go down a size.
Just make sure you check out all the finished measurements. That'll give you a proper idea of how it's going to fit on you.
That's the place measurements, and the finished measurements is like what it's actually going to. What the garment
is literally
going to measure, and you can figure out like, okay, that's too loose for me, for my taste, that's too tight for my taste, not with this is nice and oversized, but that's the look, isn't it?
Yeah, so yours, I think I made yours size 10.
Okay, which is my size. This is kind of, if you go for your usual favorite size, this is the look.
That's it, and I think mine is one size down.
Yeah.
Than I usually would, and I mean it's pretty similar in fit.
Maybe
I can still wrap it around.
And we should say there's no closures either, which is nice and easy. But you could. There's no one stopping you putting like a little button, a toggle, a button, or a magnetic fastening, or a little belt, a tie. You can make a belt in the same fabric. Why not?
Yeah. So I've got lots of ideas.
Very much so. We love Jessie, and we love her even more with the lining, because it's just a step up for Jessie.
She's going to work so much harder
in your wardrobe, and we like that so much. So check all the details below. Let us know if you are going to make one. Have a look on Instagram. We'll be posting lots of lovely pictures. Go on the website, have a look at the model pictures, and just go and make yourself a lined coat that you maybe didn't think you could make. You can step it up with this pattern and with the add-on. It's going to be great. And we'll see you again soon.
Bye.
Bye.